Hi guys, welcome back to TradePoint FX. I believe you all have been making progress trading with us since we started this series of weekly outlook. Uh, if you watch our YouTube video concerning the US dollars index analysis last week, I'm sure confident that you make a lot of profit trading the US dollar index last week because we understood what the market was going to do last week. And here on my screen, we can even see that. And good for us because it's not by luck. I won't say luckily for us. So good for us. It came out as predicted. And we were able to make a lot of money trading the US dollar pairs last week. So if you are here to subscribe to the channel, please kindly do so as to always get updates and videos like this whenever it is being updated. Without taking much of our time, I would like to go to the weekly outlook. But before that, let me quickly analyze the US dollar index so we'll be able to know what the US DPS are up to this week. And moreover, we have the FOMC meeting um, by Wednesday. If you check our economic calendar, you know that the FOMC meeting is a big event in the forex industry. So also you might need to understand what the US dollar is going to do this week, peradventure to take advantage of that meeting, that fundamental news coming on Wednesday. You can check your economic calendar for the time. So quickly, uh last week video when we analyzed the US index dollar, we said we have a resistance. We have a support rather, which has been stopping price from going down. Unfortunately for us, the support has been breached. You can see the breakdown to the downside now. So let me go to a much lower time frame like the H4. So we can see that clearly. This support area now is now invalid. The support area now has now become resistance. Let me put it like that. The support level here has now become resistance. So what is price doing quickly? We can see that after the breakout of the support, price is trying to move towards the newly created resistance now because the support now has become resistance for price. So we can see that price is heading towards that resistance. So we are looking for something like a retest and for a continuation of this downtrend. You can see for the downtrend, the price has created 2 points for us to consider this as a downtrend. We have the point 1 above here, and we have the point 2 here. That's the point 2. So these 2 points now have given us the opportunity to connect our downtrend line now. So what are you looking at quickly on the US dollar? We are looking at a retest on this newly created resistance. So something like this. Then we get a reaction on this zone coupled with this downtrend line created. Then we see a drop. So that is that about US dollar. It's clear and it's not that difficult. It's clear, very clear now. It's very, very clear now. We have seen a breakout on the support level, giving us, creating a new resistance level for us now. So price is heading towards the place where we are waiting patiently for a quick retest on it. Price give us a rejection on that zone, then we continue the downtrend line, the newly created downtrend line. So that is that about the US dollar. So what do you want to do now? You can either sit tight on the USD pairs, that is the GBP USD, the Euro USD, AUD USD, and Co, the USD JPY, the USD CHF. We can either sit tight, waiting for them to retrace, or we can find our entry on the retracement and also trade the retracement. So either ways, we should understand what market is trying to do now. So having said that, let's go to what we have for the week quickly. On our watch list this week, we have few pairs on our watch list from the Euro card down to the NZD USD. So Euro card. And if this is your first time watching our YouTube video, you understand that I do take my analysis from the daily. Start from the daily time frame. So what do we have on the daily here? On the daily quickly, we see that you have a zone here, which is clear. You have a zone at this point, price at a zone. And if I add all these drawing instruments now, we have only a clear chart. You can see clearly here that there was a rejection on the last D1 candle. Yesterday candle close was a rejection on that particular zone. Let me bring down the zone again. So there was a rejection, which means that price break through this zone, this support zone, to the downside, and it became resistance. And we have seen price retest back to the zone. We have seen a retest on that zone and a D1 rejection candle close there, which means from now we should expect price to drop at least to this starting level, to this last created low. So we should expect a drop from there to this last created low, to this point, because that rejection is on a daily candle stick. So it's on a D1, strong enough to get to this last low at least. And if this last low is unable to support it, we should expect price to get as far as this this zone. We should expect price to get to that point. Another thing, if we switch to much lower time frame like H4, we can see that we have a downtrend line connected already, and this downtrend line is valid because price has respected it more than 2 times now. So that's number one. First time. Even this can serve as the second time. Why price is currently at the third point here, and we can see we already have a D1, a strong daily candle close on this third touch here. So which means now we can head on to take our sell trade. Another thing, we also have a uptrend line here which has been intercepted. We also have an uptrend. You can see this uptrend now is now invalid. This uptrend now has now been intercepted. This particular uptrend line has been intercepted. So because price has break below this uptrend line now, we're already in a downtrend line with rejection on it, giving us a strong confirmation that this particular pair is heading down. So Euro card, you should expect it to go down. So it is ready. We already have all our confirmation met. So from this point from the current market price, we can take our sell trade from here down to the last. So from the current market price down to the last created low, we can see, yeah, we have about 3.5. Yeah, we have about 3.5 risk to reward ratio. You can see our stop loss just above the area, above the support. So let me switch to H4, the 4 hours. Okay, so we can see our stop loss just above the downtrend line. Our stop loss just above the downtrend line, and our take profit, our target, is the last created low. So this is that on EuroCAD. And as I have said earlier, EuroCAD is ready. We can hop on it anytime from now. All confirmation is met now. You all have our confirmation, all confirmation tick out on the list. So EuroCAD is ready to sell from this point now. Should be expecting a bearish movement on EuroCAD, maybe till the end of the week anyway. However, in addition to it, we have the CPI, the Euro CPI coming out today. Yeah, later today, we have the Euro CPI. Sorry, the CAD CPI, rather. We have the CAD CPI coming up later today, which means that can be a volatility for the market, that can sponsor the market to move. So quickly, to the next one on our list, we have the GBP card. We have the GBP card. We have the GBP card. So on GBP card, like Euro card too, you can see price on the 4-hour time frame. We can see price currently at a resistance level. This is a support, then becomes resistance, and price is now at that resistance level. Price is at the resistance level. However, if we switch to a much lower time frame, we can see this uptrend line. Price is still above this uptrend line anyway for GBP card. So we need to exercise our patience on this. Wait for a breakout on this downtrend line, something like this, a possible retest before we look forward to take our sell trade. However, we can still take our trade right from here, considering the resistance zone. So we take the trade from here, from this point, placing our stop loss just above the zone, and I'll take profit to the last created low. Okay, this looks nice. It's not supposed to be as nice as that. We have about 7.5. So we have our 7.5 risk to reward ratio. So I would say for GBP card too, GBP card is ready. And looking at it, this trend we have here looks like a flag, a bearish flag. But this bearish flag pattern is not confirmed until price has break through this uptrend line. So if price break and close below this uptrend line, so this pattern is not valid as a flag, as a bearish flag. However, it's still reasonable to take the risk from this point. You already have rejection on H4 too. There's a rejection on H4 here. Multiple rejections on H4, rejecting this resistance zone. So we can have our trade here, and even it is ready to open at the moment. So this is that about GBP card too. That's that about GBP card. Next we have our Euro card, Euro AUD. Euro AUD, if we start from the daily time frame, we would see that price is actually ranging, it's not in a strong bullish or bearish movement. If you look at this whole picture, it looks like a range. However, inside the range, you can see our trend. You can pick either the uptrend or the downtrend. Looking at this pattern we have last year, the price created here, it looks like a double top pattern, the first top and the second top. So something like this, the first top, the second top, where this particular area is the neckline. Let me draw it. This zone is our neckline and serve as support here. Okay, started with resistance here, then support, support, price breakthrough, break below the support, went back for a retest, and now price is dropping. You can see it's dropping after the retest. That is on the daily time frame. So on H4, what do we have? I've been able to connect our 2 points for a downtrend line. What is our expectation now? We expect that at any point in time this week, price text this downtrend line and we can continue with the trend. That is it. So at any point in time, we expect price to move something like this, then drop. At any point in time this week, we expect price to test, to give a third touch on this downtrend line and it can open. So it is only a pair on our watch list. Is not ready at the moment. Next is the GBP/AUD. The GBP/AUD. The GBP/AUD have a similar movement to the Euro AUD. The Euro AUD. You can see this clearly. There was a resistance here, support, resistance. The price tested it, dropped, and now forming a downtrend. If we switch to H4, for this particular one, we have our three points connected: the point 1, the point 2, and the point 3. So we have the 3 points connected for our downtrend, meaning we have our downtrend valid for this point, and we can see this long bearish engulfing candle on H4. For GBP/AUD, you can see that. So what do we want to do? We expect price to test this downtrend at any point this week, any given point this week, then we can open on our sell. We can't sell right now at the moment because we still have something that will say exactly. We have our uptrend line here, point 1, point 2, point 3, price close to point 4. The price is close to point 4. So we can't neglect or overlook this particular point. It is still valid. This uptrend line is still valid, which means we can see a rejection here on this uptrend line and price bounces back up. So we keep a look at this point, these 2 points. These 2 points now. However, we are very much interested in the sell. So if at any point price tests this downtrend line again anytime this week, giving us a rejection candle on H1 or H4, then we can sell GBP/AUD. So that is another pair on our watch list. So next we are going to the USD pairs. The USD pairs now. The USD pair taking AUD USD as number one, taking it from the daily. So taking AUD USD from the daily time frame, we can see that this previous downtrend, this previous downtrend now has come to an end, giving us a clear and big picture of a trend reversal pattern. That is double bottom. We have the first bottom here, the second bottom, with the neckline breached. So we can see that price has breached this neckline. Price has break above this neckline, making this pattern valid. This pattern is very valid now because we have seen price close above the neckline of the double bottom. What do we expect now, or what are we expecting now? We are expecting a retest on this zone. Then we continue. And price can move as far up as to this where this downtrend started. So price can move as far up to that point because this pattern is clear enough and is big enough, bigger on D1. You can see the price on daily. So it is bigger on D1, so which means that this pattern is valid because price has closed above the neckline of the pattern. So moving on to H4, what is our possible entry for this week? We are expecting price at any point in time to retest this zone, any of this zone, or this uptrend line. You can see we already have 3 touches on our uptrend line. So the fourth touch, and we can move on to buy. So something like this, then test this, then we go. So this is our expectation. We expect price to retrace, test this uptrend line, and we can continue with the bullish movement because this market has shown a bullish bias. We have seen the trend reversal pattern, the neckline being what's it called, breached to the upside. You can see it, the price has closed above the neckline, making this pattern valid. So we expect the bullish movement to continue, and we are interested only in the bullish movement. We expect price to retrace, touch this uptrend line at any point in time this week, react on the trend line or this zone, this neckline, this resistance that has now become support, a reaction on it, a candle rejection on either H4, H1, then we continue with the bulls, continue the bullish movement. Next, we have the Euro USD. Euro USD too has similar analysis, has something similar. So the neckline of Euro USD is still valid anyway. We have not seen price close above it. However, price dropping from the resistance, we can see price retrace to this uptrend line. So as far as this, where we can then take our buy trade. So this is that for Euro USD. Also, on a much smaller time frame, I have my downtrend connected on H1, which means I can ride on this retracement. We have the first touch, the second touch, the third touch. If at any point in time price tests this downtrend line on this lower time frame H1, I see a reaction, a rejection on it, I can continue with this retracement up until this level. I can continue because you have a trend line to be following. I have a trend to be following, as small as it is, or as small as it can be on the lower time frame. It is still valid. It is still valid. I can join the retracement up to the level before I take my main trade. that is that about Euro USD. I have something to guide me. That is why I can take the retracement. This trend, if this trend remains valid, is a guide for me to up in on the retracement up to this level before I take my main trade. So that is that about Euro USD. So GBP USD now. So here for GBP USD too, you can see the bullish movement on GBP USD. You can see our trend, our bullish trend on GBP USD. So this point is our POI. Our POI, this point. So that's our POI for GBP USD. However, we have a support level for price at the moment. So this means if price does not close above the support level on the lower time frame, if price does not close above the support below, if price does not close below the support level, price can continue going up. So you are interested in the close below the support, a possible retest, maybe we can take the retracement down to the main POI. But our focus is breakout of this support level. So something like this, a breakout, then a retest, then to this level before we can take our main trade. So that is that about GBP USD2. Price can go as far as this point or even this trend line. But the first and the closest to the price is this uptrend. This is the first and the closest POI to the price. So if this still remain valid, we can take our entry from there. However, if it becomes invalid, this support level becomes our next POI, and if we see price cross these two, this uptrend line will be our next POI. So it's as simple as that. That is that about our GBP USD. Then lastly, NZD USD. The NZD USD. The NZD USD too is quite similar to AUD USD. You can see this downtrend line has now changed from downtrend to uptrend due to this reversal pattern, double bottom here. The neckline of this reversal pattern too, price has crossed it and coming back for a retest. So this analysis was one of the analysis we made on it on NZD USD last week. So we understand now price has break above it, coming back for a retest, then we can continue our buy trade. So that is clear, very clear enough on NZD USD. So our next POI rather, is this support level, the neckline, this support level, and this uptrend line. So price can close below the support level while this uptrend line might hold it. So either of these two is our POI, our next POI, to continue the bullish movement that NZD USD have started. So thank you very much for sticking to the end. That is that about that for this week. From EuroCAD down to NZD USD is what you have on our watch list for this week. So EuroCAD, what do we have? Price, trade ready to sell. So trade is ready. That is for EuroCAD. Same for GBP card. However, the remaining, the rest of them, we are still expecting more confirmation. As you can see the push up on AUD, Euro AUD rather. So which means price might retest this downtrend line. So just wait patiently. And if there's no confirmation,